I did befriend Scatman Crothers. So he was a blues player, rhythm and blues player from the 1930s, famous scat singer, Scatman. Nicest guy I ever met. And he just smoked pot all day long. We were doing the Mickey Rooney show in New York with Nathan Lane. And
was this before or after he did The Shining?
This is right after The Shining. And he said to me, because he was so into pot, he goes, Jack brought in all his pot to London, and they found it. And Jack said, don't worry, it's just for my personal use. And they let him in. So he was stoned the entire time, apparently. Yeah, they let him in.
Wow.
They let him in. He said that Jack Nicholson is such a sports fanatic, like a fanatic, but he's in London for 6 months shooting The Shining.
He's a big Lakers fan.
Oh, yeah, and just sports.
Yeah.
And he would come in and say, hell of a cricket game on last night. So even in England where they play cricket, which is little bats and little shorts. But Scatman was such a nice guy that I brought him some pot. I was not a drug dealer. I wasn't smoking marijuana at that point. But I guess I flew back to San Francisco during a break in the filming, and this stupid sitcom is insanely bad, but Nathan Lane was in it, who's a genius. Hi, Nathan. Subscribe.
Let's call him right now.
So I brought him back what they call a lid of pot from Santa Cruz.
But the reasoning behind it, remember he called it the music, and it was terrible.
Well, that was this is the first time I brought him some.
sorry.
Yeah. So I brought him this one part, and then the next day in the elevator, he's sort of paranoid from the 1930s. He said, the music was good, referring to the pot.
Yes.
Might I get a pound? That was a quote. So for you people, that's a lot of pot. A pound of pot.
Did you know what he was talking about when he said the music was good?
Yeah, I discerned it. I thought it was pretty hip. I said, really? Well, what kind of melody were you playing? Oh, it was fast. Then it was slow. Then it was very fast. But he had an unmarked bottle with vitamins in it. It was just a pure glass bottle. And he would pace it back and forth in the studio and just chug vitamins and look at me and goes, I'm going to 100. So after the show gets canceled and Nathan Lane and I promote it in Whitefish, Montana in the middle of winter, and that's our only promotion we did. I will tell this whole story at some point. But basically, we decided Scatman lived in Van Nuys, so my brother Scott and I got a lot of pot, like in a big grocery bag. It was cheap then, I don't know. And we drove down there and we met Scat, and he was singing and playing, and we gave him just this gigantic, not quite a pound. Let me measure it. Oh, short of a pound. I still like you guys.